Hey friends, what's up? It's me, T, and today I'm making a lemon meringue pie. And not necessarily because I just wanted pie, but my grandmother passed away.
Get it 2 times.
This is my way of honoring her. Sometimes it's hard for us to find the right words to remember people who we may have had strained relationships with. And honestly, like, my grandma and we weren't extra close, and the reason why we never got close, it was like both of our faults. We just didn't reach out. But I got to see her just a few days before she passed away, and I had the opportunity to remember her alive and to tell her how much I loved her and to let her know that I was out, like, living my dreams and stuff. Oh my God, I'm not about to cry on the internet. I'm not doing it. Go get what that man, get back in there.
Get back in there, Tia.
Alright, but so I am taking my love for desserts and her very famous lemon meringue pie as an opportunity to honor her story. Last night I went ahead and made the lemon curd. So I actually blind baked the crust first, and so my godmom had these two pre-prepared pie crusts, the rolled up ones, and I didn't realize until I was putting the crust in there that I actually have a deep dish pan, so I needed a deep dish crust. And so when this one didn't fit, it was like, oh, okay, wait. So what I did was some ghetto stuff and put the two pie crusts together and just kind of made it work how it worked. Like, I didn't expect for the pie to be perfect at this point because it wasn't for nobody, and this is my very first time making one of these, so I just did what I could do. I split the pie crust, I rearranged the pieces in a way that made it look like something, and then I went on ahead and crimped the edges like I seen the people do, and I put some parchment paper in it and some rice, and then I put it in the oven for a little while and let it bake. And then when it came out, I poked some holes in it with a fork and then put it back in the oven. And this is the result. It looks pretty all right. On to the lemon curd. So I used cornstarch, sugar, some lemons, super cute, some iodized salt, some coconut milk, and turmeric. I actually didn't need the garbanzo beans just yet. That was for the meringue. So what I did was get the sugar, pour the sugar in a small saucepan, about a cup of sugar, and then I used a cup of coconut milk, but mostly using the fatty part, so like the solid white part. Added that on up in there. I used the juice from 3 palm-sized lemons, and it ended up being about a half cup total. Squeezing the lemons was hard because the seeds, but we move. And then I used a 1/4 cup of cornstarch that I sifted and added to the lemon juice before I put it in the pan, just to make sure that I didn't have any lumps and bumps and things. And then we added just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of vegan butter. Heated that up, mixed it all together, stirring very frequently. You can see it start to change color. And like thin out, smooth out. But then it thickened up. Okay, giving very much lemon curd action once it reached this stage. Oh, I did add in a pinch of turmeric. That's what gave it a more yellow color. You can use yellow food coloring, but I ain't had it, so I ain't worried about that. But after that, I poured it into my prepped pie crust and threw that boy in the fridge because I didn't know what else to do. So here's when I discovered that I probably should have doubled the recipe based on my pie pan. But, next time. This is my first time. Definitely way too much crust for this little bit of stuff, but it tastes good. I love me a crusty ass pie, so I'm about to put this bitch in the fridge and see what it do tomorrow. Now all I have to do is make the meringue part. And so for the meringue, I will be using aquafaba from salt-free garbanzo beans. And then I'm gonna get the recipe because I don't remember what else you need for the meringue. Right, okay, vegan lemon meringue pie. Alright, it was one recipe that had added some extra stuff. I've never made this before. So the curd, I use a recipe from Nora Cooks because I like her desserts. But for the meringue, I want it to be a little more stable. Nope, that's not the one. Was it this one? For the meringue, I saw one that included xanthan gum, aquafaba, and sugar syrup. This one is stable. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out which one I want to use. Wait a minute. Okay, it took me forever, but I finally found a doggone recipe. I used 1 cup of aquafaba, so that was from 2 cans of the salt-free chickpeas. I don't know why I decided to use a strainer the first time when I could have just done this, but we move, right? So, the recipe I found, well, I actually Frankensteined a couple recipes for this, but one suggested that I reduce the aquafaba a little bit. So, instead of reducing it by half, I reduced it by 1/4, meaning I just kind of simmered it. Sorry, they're children. I simmered it until the volume went down from 1 cup to 3/4 of a cup. And then I added that plus half cup of powdered sugar to my stand mixer. But what I did was start frothing up the aquafaba first and then adding in the sugar little bit by little bit. I also added in a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. I wasn't going to use it initially because it was past the date, but since it was unopened, it was still technically good. And the meringue I got was so fluffy and nice. So I piled it up on top of my refrigerated lemon curd, and I popped it under the broiler for obviously just a little bit too long. But the pie came out really good. I was so glad I got to honor my granny in this way, and I will most definitely be making another one. If you've lost someone, I hope that you find some sort of opportunity to honor them in a way that's important to you. For me, it's food, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Pray for me. Love you. Bye.
Get it 2 times.